Okay, so I've got an idea for a new series, Flash Fiction Friday. So every Friday, I'm going to write a piece of flash fiction, 250 words, give or take 10%. So between 225, 275 words, piece of flash fiction. It's going to be like horror, sci-fi, fantasy, gaslamp, if I can manage that, if the writing prompts that I generate allow me to fit something in that genre. With episode 1, I generated a writing prompt, and I'll read it to you now. It's a bit of a mouthful. For years, you were known as Stallion Jack, a highwayman by trade who gallantly relieved carriage passengers of their worldly possessions. The stories often describe you as a daring and dashing gentleman of the road, whose swashbuckling heroism was matched only by your chivalrous respect for all of your well-to-do victims. But little could be further from the truth. In reality, countless travellers were harmed or even murdered by your hand. It was all just part of the job from your point of view, until you accidentally killed a well-known priest who many claimed dabbled in dark magic. Fearing the repercussions, you decided you'd had your fill of highway robbery and fled to the countryside to lay low for a while. Strange nightmares have plagued you ever since. In the dreams, a shadowy figure appears at the end of your bed. One night you awake in a cold sweat and you're terrified to find the shadowy figure standing right where you envisioned him. As you scramble to find a way to defend yourself, the figure speaks to you in a rattling voice. So, here is my first piece of Flash Fiction Friday, episode 1, which I have very creatively titled Stallion Jack. I awake from another night of broken sleep to find the shadowy figure from my dreams drifting to and fro at the foot of my bed like a curtain in the breeze. I keep my revolver nearby at all times. I'd be a fool to think my past would never catch up to me. I reach for the smooth wooden handle of the gun, but freeze when I hear the voice. It is true what they used to say about me. It said, no, he said, that in life I did practice dark magic. Dark magic is how I visit you now, in death. The priest I killed last year had found me and manifested himself in my room. He produces a cufflink from his ethereal pocket. This belonged to you. I remember losing that cufflink, had to steal myself a new pair. You dropped it in your haste to flee the scene of my murder. The cufflink is my link to you. With this link, I will follow you wherever you go. Then he stowed it safely back in his pocket. With a sudden swoosh, the priest shot towards me, hovered over me, his face almost touching mine. You'll never escape me, he said, before flying across the room and under the bottom of the door. Gone. Something I learned as a highwayman was to let the victim feel in control until it was too late. He'd misunderstood me. He'd come too close, and I picked his pocket. I unclenched my fist and examined the cufflink. You'll have to get up earlier than this to outsmart Stallion Jack. The end.